السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. حياك الله يا شيخ.
طيب إن شاء الله. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. الحمد لله. We are here together once again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all for being here. And we welcome you to this important meeting in which we are trying to learn this very important language. And it is so important. It is important because it is a language of Allah's book. It is Allah's words. So therefore it is the best word that you can ever come across. There is nothing better than it. It is the most truthful word. There's no crookedness in these words. Everything is straight. It leads to what is upright and good, inshallah. So it is the best words. So alhamdulillah, this is our aim in studying. We are going to study the Quran first and foremost. Everything else that comes after that, from any benefit we get from the Arabic language, is additional, inshallah. If we learn the Arabic language through this, alhamdulillah, to communicate and to speak and things like that. But my aim is to really get people to understand the Quran. The reason I bring back this table so much is because it covers all the areas that we have discussed in relation to the Asma. The Asma has 4 areas that needs to be discussed. And this table covers all of it. Alhamdulillah. So anybody who really wants to get a grip of what Asma is about, understand this table, because this table deals with number. The number concept is either the ism is mufrad or muthanna or jama'. The ism is either mufrad. And you can repeat. When I'm saying, repeat what I'm saying so you get used to the words. It's either mufrad or muthanna or jama'. It's either mufrad or muthanna or jama'. And each one of these, for the mufrad and the muthanna and the jama', there are 2 aspects when it comes to gender, because there are only 2 genders in Arabic, right? It's mudhakkar and mu'annath. Right? We're talking about gender, inshallah. It's mudhakkar, mu'annath. So for each one, we will put in these 2. Mudhakkar, mu'annath. Mudhakkar, mu'annath. So from the time we look at an ism, the first thing we have to determine, is it mufrad or muthanna or jam'? Then we can determine whether it's mudhakkar or mu'annath. Okay? Now, these words that are the asma, because we're only talking about asma, right? We're talking about asma. We're not talking about huruf, and we are not talking about the af'al or the fi'al, the harf and the fi'al. We are dealing with asma or the ism, okay? And the third category that we discussed was in relation to the case, the i'rab, right? So the i'rab in relation to the asma, it's either rafa or marfu', okay, or nasb and mansub, or jar and majroor. These are the only 3 cases of i'rab for the asma. Okay, there are only three cases of i'rab for the asma. The ism is either rafa or marfu', which is represented by dhamma or dhammatain for the regular ism, like in this case, as we see here for the mufrad, all of these words, the jama', all right. Um, the other case is nasb or mansub, and that is represented by u or an for the singular formations. And also, we would find that it's also represented by dhamma and fatha and kasra for the jama' muannath salim, as the feminine, sung feminine plural, wherein it's either marfu, the sung feminine plural is either marfu with dhamma, so the sung feminine plural like muslimatun, that is marfu, or it is nasb or jar with kasra, muslimatin, muslimatin, right? So that is the third thing that we know, that we are dealing with a case. And the third category of case is jar or majroor, right? Jar or majroor is represented by I or in, right? So we have the rafa marfu is represented by u or un. Nasb or mansub is represented by a or an on the last letter of the mufrad of the singular noun, or the jam' muannath as-salim, the sung feminine plural, or the other category of jama', the other category of plural, which is jam' taksir. That is the broken plural, inshallah, right? The broken plural has rafa with dhamma, nasb with fatha, and jar with kasra generally. And this is the same thing with the mufrad word. Generally takes dhamma, fatha, and kasra for the i'rab signs. Then the final thing here is dealing with definiteness or indefinite. All asma are either definite or indefinite, every one of them, inshallah. All right. So this is definite is ma'rifa, and nakira is indefinite. So we have nakira for the, and ma'rifa for the marfu' or the raf. For the nasb, it's nakira or ma'rifa. For the jar, it's nakira or ma'rifa. So if you understand this table, brothers and sisters, you understand this table, you understand all four aspects of the asma that we covered. And this is something that is important for you to recognize, because if you recognize this, then you're going to spend time studying this table. If you want to understand the grammatical functions of the ism, this is basically it. Now we have an example that we had prepared before, right? Like we are not going to really spend much time talking about mudakkar, muannas, and the raf and the nasb and the jar, and the definiteness, the nakira, the ma'rifa, and things like that. We're going to go directly into the ism. The ism that we are using is muslimun. Muslimun is mufrad, is muzakkar, and it is, you see it, muslimun here has tanween, right? So it's nakira, and it is marfu. Okay, inshallah. So we go straight across. So for the rafa, we add alif and lam. Look at this. So it becomes al-muslimu. Al-muslimu. The tanween drops. Okay. So anytime, what we have studied up to this time, anytime we want to make the ism ma'rifa, we add alif and lam to it. Okay. So all of these columns, we're going to see alif and lam added to the ism, to the nakira, right? And in this column, all this, we're going to see the same thing here. All of them have alif and lam added to it. So you can determine. Okay, so for the nakira, it's not going to have alif and lam, right? So for the nakira, for the nasb, it's going to be musliman, right? Inna musliman. Inna makes the ism mansub, always, right? Always mansub. Inna makes the ism mansub. Makes the ism mansub. And for the mufrad, we know it's muslimun, musliman, muslimin, or muslimu, al-muslimu, al-muslim, al-muslima, al-muslimi, when it becomes ma'rifa, right? So that is how it is an, or it is u or a, an, or a, or in and i, right? So we have innal muslima, innal muslima. Inna, you see, it has one fatha here. Innal muslima, innal muslima. Okay, and for the nakira, for this mufrad, it's ila. Ila is harful jar. It makes the ism majroor. Right now, this is nakira, so it takes tanween. So ila muslimin, ila muslimin. And then when we want to make it ma'rifa, we add alif and lam to it. Look again. So it becomes ilal muslimi, ilal muslimi, right? So we add the alif and lam to it, inshallah. Now for the mu'annas form, we add to the muslimun, we change it to the mu'annas form by adding ta al-marabuta to it, the tie-up ta. So it becomes muslimatun, muslimatun. Look at the tanween there. Tanween, you see the tanween there, muslimatun. This here is a ta al-marabuta, right? The tie-up ta to it, inshallah. We want to make that ma'rifa, we add alif and lam to it, right? So it becomes al-muslimatu, al-muslimatu. Okay, we want to make it nasb, nakira nasb, we add inna to muslima, right? So it becomes inna muslimatan, inna muslimatan. Now notice something about the tal marbuta and the tan. Notice this alif here after musliman. Anytime for almost any letter except for the tal marbuta and the hamza, you have an alif written after it. So if I say baban, inna baban maftuhun, right? You see you would see the alif there, right? But for the tal marabuta, there's no alif written, and for the hamza after the hamza, right? So if you say, anyways, well, we will deal with that when we come to that, right? So we come to the ma'rifa, we add al to muslimatun, right? So it becomes in Innal muslimata. The tanween drops because of the al. We said before, right? It is not in the Arabic language. It is not allowed for an ism to carry alif and lam and tanween at the same time. It is impossible, right? So for the nakira, we have for the jar, okay? Ila muslimatin. Ila muslimatin. The ila is the harful jar. It makes the ism majroor bikasra for the regular mufrad ism, right? Ila al-muslimi, sorry, ila al-muslimati, because it is the muannas we are doing, right? So the muannas is muslimatun, ila al-muslimati. Okay, all right. So that is, I think, is understood, right? Okay. So for the muthanna, the number in Arabic is 3, as we said, mufrad, muthanna, that is muthanna is dual, and jama. So for the muzakkar form, it is muslimani. I'm not seeing this. Okay, muslimani. We add alif and noon with kasra at the end, right? That's what we add. Muslimani. Okay, muslimani. Everybody's following me, right? We want to make it ma'rifa. We want to make it ma'rifa. We add al to it. So we say al-muslimani. We say al-muslimani. Okay. So we add alif to it, alif and lam to it. In this case, nothing drops. In this case here, on muslimun, the tanween drops. Muslimatun, tanween drops. But here, nothing drops. It is still al-muslimani. Okay. So then I go over to the nasb, and I want to make it, I want to leave it, I want to make it nasb, a nakira. It becomes inna muslimaini. Inna muslimaini. Muslimaini. The fatha here is important. Muslimaini. Inna muslimaini. And when I want to make it ma'rifa, I just add alif and lam to this, so it becomes innal muslimaini, right? Innal muslimaini. That's important. Okay. Then we want to make it majroor. It becomes ila. The same. It is the same formation here, right? It is the same formation for the nasb and the jar. Okay. So it's ila muslimaini. And also, if you want to make it ma'rifa, it becomes ilal muslimaini, right? Inna muslimaini, ila muslimaini, and ilal muslimaini. Okay. inshallah. That is for the mudhakkar. Now, to make it mu'annath, we take the muslimatun and we add ani to it. So it becomes muslimatani. Muslima, you see the ta here? Muslimatani, because we are taking the muslimatun, we are taking the feminine form, right? Muslimatun. Muslimatani, al muslimatani, for the marfu' ma'rifa, for the muthanna, right? For the muthanna mu'annath. Okay, so we want to make it nasb. We want to make it nasb. It becomes inna, because it's nakira, inna muslimataini, inna muslimataini, and innal muslimataini if you want to make it ma'rifa, ila muslimataini if you want to make it nakira majrur, ila muslimataini, and if you want to make it ma'rifa, it becomes ilal muslimataini. For the jama' mudhakkar muslimuna, we add waw and noon to it. Waw and noon. Muslimuna. We just drop off the tanween, so it takes the dhamma. Muslimuna and al-muslimuna if we want to make it ma'rifa. Al-muslimuna. Nothing changes at the end, right? The end remains the same. Muslimuna. Now, to change it to nasb, inna muslimina. Muslimina. Now, remember here it has fatha. Here the meme takes kasra, right? And the noon takes fatha. Here the noon takes kasra. Okay, inshallah. Right? Inshallah. So we have inna muslimaini and innal muslimaini. Innal muslimaini, and then we have ila muslimaini for the jar nakir, and ilal muslimaini for the jar ma'rifa. Okay, ilal muslimaini. So all of these formations, muslimaini, 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 all of them are the same, and the same thing for the dual. For the dual, the nasb and the jar are the same. Okay, same formations. Okay, now we come to the jama' mu'annath. Okay, so it becomes muslimatun. Muslimatun. It is regular. It takes tanween dhamma like muslimun, right? Muslimatun. Al muslimatu. If we want to make it ma'rifa, right? The rafa, the marfu state for the jama' mu'annath salim is al muslimatu. Tanween drops, which is what happens when any ism takes alif and lam. Inna muslimatin, if you want to make it mansub nakira, and innal muslimati, right? Drops the tanween because of innal muslimati, because of alif and lam. Okay. Then when we go to the jar, it's ila muslimatin, right? Ila muslimatin, because it is ghayru ma'rifa, it is nakira. Okay, so if it's nakira, it takes the tanween. Okay, and it is majroor bi kasra, and it is mansub bi kasra. Okay, it is majroor because it's mansub bi kasra here, and now it is majroor bi kasra. Ilal muslimati, ilal muslimati. Okay, for the ma'rifa. Now everybody understands this, inshallah. I think this table is clear, and it is very, I mean, if you put the two tables together, right, you get a clear, and if this one table by itself is enough. But the previous table, I just explained the concepts. So if you put them together, you don't have to worry, right? You get a clear idea of the four areas that we discussed about ism, with all the concepts, every single concept, basically that we discussed with the ism up to this time, inshallah. Okay, so you don't have to go and revise everything else. All you do is understand this table, and you understand asma, all the four different concepts, because asma has four different areas that needs to be discussed, and we discuss all, and all of it is put on this table. So alhamdulillah, right? Here are some examples that we have that we want you to go through quickly. Now you go through it, right? We have mufrad, muthanna, jam' al-mudhakkar salim, right? The jam' al-mudhakkar salim, and then we're going to have the jam' al-mu'annath salim on the other side. Okay, so we get practice with the jam' al-mudhakkar salim. So we have qanitun. Qanitun means one who is obedient, a person that is obedient, right? He's qanit. And muthanna is two forms for the muthanna is qanitan, qanitani, and qanitaini for the jar and nasb. Qanitani for marfu, qanitaini for jar and nasb. You can say it, right? You say it out loud. When I ask for muthanna, you give me the two forms, qanitani, qanitaini. When I ask for jama' mudhakkar salim, you say qanituna and qanitina. Okay? Qanituna and qanitin. You see the waw and the noon and the ya and the noon, right? Here it's a kasra. You see this kasra here? This kasra is important. Here, this is fatha, right? For the dual. Okay? Inshallah. Okay, so that is qanat. Okay, everybody's following me though? Inshallah, we are together, right? Inshallah. Next word. And I think now with this table here, inshallah, and with these examples, by now you should really get a good grip of it. And I think, inshallah, we are going to revise this again, right? But we are not going to revise this as much as I did now. I'm going to revise it less because we're going to introduce different concepts. Then we're going to come together when we finish all the asma. We're going to do a comprehensive overall review, inshallah. Okay, so that we can, although this is review, like, you know, I just reviewed all of the asma, everything about asma here, right? But there might be some other things, inshallah, that we need to talk about. Sadiqun, the muthanna is sadiqani. Sadiqun means one who is truthful, right? A truthful person. Sadiqani and sadiqaini. Sadiqani and sadiqaini. And for the jama' mudhakkar salim, say it out loud, it is sadiquna and sadiqina. Okay? Sadiqun, sadiqani, sadiqaini, sadiquna, sadiqina. Okay? Qanitun, qanitani, say it out. Qanitani, qanitaini, qanituna, qanitina. Okay? Then we have khashi'un. Khashi'un is one who is humble, a humble person, right? Khashi'un, the muthanna, al-muthanna is khashi'ani and khashi'aini, right? And the jam' is khashi'una and khashi'ina. Okay, that's, I guess we are getting used to the sound too, right? Then we have sabirun. Sabirun, for the muthanna, it is sabirani. For the rough, sabiraini, for the nasb and the jar, right? And sabir means one who's patient, right? Sabirani, sabiraini. Then we have sabiruna and sabirina. You repeat it, right? You repeat it before I say it is good, because then you would know that you know it. You have it with you. I can't check you, but brothers and sisters, you have to do this, and you have to say it out loud, and you have to do this for yourself. I can't help you more than that I'm doing here right now. This is the best I can do for you. Or if you want to participate in the class when you're talking only for brothers, inshallah, that's fine. I can do that. You can say it out. But if you prefer to say it out by yourself, you know, because you know, the recording would be better. Dhakirun is one who remembers, is a person who remembers. Okay, one who remembers is dhakirun. So the dual is, say it, the dual is, the muthanna is, for the raf is dhakirani, and the nasb is dhakiraini. And for the jar, for the jama', right, for the jam' mudhakkar salim, it is dhakiruna and dhakirina. You said it before me? Inshallah, please do it before me. It is better for you, right? So you know you have it. And even if you go back this tape again because you want to revise it, which I would recommend, you should revise it before the next class, inshallah. You would see that, inshallah, if you keep on top of this by doing this every time you go over, because you have to spend time with it, right? You're going to get the grammatical concepts inshallah. And the grammatical concepts are going to stay with you throughout your learning of Arabic language. So if you get the foundations now correct, then that's it. The problem is your vocabulary. You have to work on the vocabulary and memorize vocabulary every day, every single day, every single concept that we go through. And because we are going to use the Quran mostly, then it is going to be easy. We're going to try to get you to memorize the ayahs that we do, inshallah. And if you memorize it, then it is easy to recall the vocabulary because you already know the words, you have already memorized it. So for the mufrad and the muthanna and the jama' mu'annath salim, okay, we have talibatun. Talibatun is a female student, right? A student that is female, right? Talibatun. The muthanna is talibatani or talibataini. طالبتان or طالبتين. Okay, see the ta marbuta, because of the ta marbuta here, because of the ta marbuta here, we have it back, we have the ta here, right? That differentiate between the mudhakkar and the muannath. Okay, okay, yes. Now for the jam, we have talibatun and talibatin for nasb and jar. Okay, talibatun for rafa, you can say it like that. Talibatin for nasb and jar. Say it like that, it is good for you. You get used to using the terminologies like nasb and jar and rafa. It's important. Mutasaddiqatun. Mutasaddiqatun means one who is charitable. Okay, one who is charitable. So we have mutasaddiqatan, mutasaddiqatani for the muthanna, for the dual marfu', and it is mutasaddiqataini for the mansub and majrur. For the jam' and salim, it is mutasaddiqatun, mutasaddiqatun, mutasaddiqatin. Okay, all right. So we have zawjatun, zawjatun. Zawjatun is a person's spouse. It's a wife, right? Zawjatun is zawjatani or zawjataini. Zawjataini for the two formations, right? For the muthanna, for the dual, right? For the jama' mu'annath salim, it is zawjatun for the raf and zawjatin for nasb and jar. Inshallah. Okay, say it before me. If you can say it, it's good. Sa'imatun. Okay, sa'imatun is a fasting female. Okay. Zawja, it is sa'imatani and sa'imataini for nasb and jar, right? Sa'imatani, sa'imataini. And for the jam, it is sa'imatun or sa'imatin for the nasb and jar, and the raf is sa'imatun. Finally, we have hafizatun, right? Hafizatun is one who guards, a female one who guards. She says she's hafizatul Quran. It means she guards the Quran. She protects it in her chest. She guards it in her chest. Hafizatani, hafizataini, right? So hafizatun, hafizatin is for the jama. So mashallah, right? I think by now, what do you think? You think you are getting a grip of it better, inshallah? See, you don't even participate in the response in chats, so I don't know exactly what is going on with you.
Yeah, much better.
You get it, mashallah. I'm really glad. But I think with all this repetition, right, it would be like very, very effective for you, inshallah, right? And this is the best I can do. Now it is up to you, right? Up to you. Go and revise, inshallah. Okay. And you should be revising also your Quran. Read Quran every day. At least try to read at least 2 to 3 pages every day, right? And try when you're reading to concentrate on where you see the asma, where you see the huruf, right? The harf al-jar especially. Okay. We are going to really discuss some more about harf al-jar, inshallah, when it comes next to the pronouns, inshallah. That occurs a lot in the Quran. Alayka, alayhim, alayki, yani, ilayhim. These occur so much in the Quran. Fihim, fihi, right? Hudan lil muttaqin, fihi hudan lil muttaqin. Right in Surah Baqarah, we see that, right? ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, right? صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ, the ala there plus the him. So when we get that, inshallah, we're going to, because the Quran contains like about 1/3 of the Quran, it is with harf al-jar and other huruf, and the prepositions connecting 1/3 of the words in the Quran is like this. Well, not maybe 1/3, about 30%, but that's a lot. So every time you read it, you can, sirat al-ladhina an'amta alayhim, on them. So ghayril maghdubi alayhim, on them, right? You understand? So you will be able to assess if you use the Quran as your text and you read it a lot. The more you read it, the better it is for you and me, inshallah. Okay. So let us continue. New concepts, right? We are going to do today a next concept in the jam. The final concept in the jam, right? Is called jam taksir. All words that comes from the root Jam, Jim, Mim, and Ain has something to do with gathering, right? Like Jum'ah, Salatul Jum'ah is the masjid, that is the central masjid, is called Al Jami'. Okay, the university is called Al Jami'atu. Okay, if there are more than two, that is three of an object or person, we call it Al Jam'u. We did Mufrad, we did Muthanna, now we are doing Al Jam'u. Al Jam'u. Okay, Jam, Jama. You know the word? Mufrad, Muthanna, Jama. Okay, note all non-human plurals, all non-human plurals, like dog and cat and fowl and chicken and tree and rock and mountain and everything, all non-human plurals. If you're talking about doctor and lawyer and these things, this is different. That's human plural, right? So the plurals are different. But for the non-human plurals, we use a feminine singular. Inshallah, we will explain that inshallah later as we come up with it. Inshallah, plural can be three categories. The sound masculine plural that we did, it ends with una or ina. It ends with una or ina. That's a sound masculine plural. Sometimes, and this is because of the grammatical effect on it. So for rafa, for the case of marfu, it is una, and for the case of majrur, it is ina, right? So, example, Muslimuna, Muslimina. We did that already. We don't have to really go through that now. Some feminine plural, that is the second category. Jam'ul mu'annath salimi ends with atin, right? Or atun or atin. It ends with alif and ta. Like how the dual ends with alif and noon, right? But the plural for the Jam'ul mu'annath salim, it ends with alif and ta for everything. It doesn't change. Nothing changes. Alif and ta, it ends with, right? Inshallah. It doesn't change any word, like Muslimuna changed to Muslimina, right? Okay? It doesn't change for the Jam'. The third category is the broken plural. Al-Jam'u Taksir. The plural that is broken. Kassara yukassiru means to break. You know, and sometimes the word has to be broken. Now, this means that the word has inconsistent endings. The endings are not consistent. So it's not something that you can memorize, something that you just have to learn. Forming the plural requires breaking up the singular. So you have the singular, then you have to break it up, and then modifying it in ways that cannot be explained, right? That is, there is not any consistent pattern for them. There is no consistent. That's why we said the endings are inconsistent. Inconsistent endings. That's why we said that. The endings are inconsistent. There is no consistent pattern for them. Okay, there are no consistent pattern for them. So don't ask me what is the pattern for this Jam'a Taksir. There's no pattern for it. You just have to memorize it. And inshallah, when we go to the Quran, we're going to see a lot of plurals, right? Like Allah says, "Wal jibala awtada." Okay, well, jibal is plural. Okay, so we're going to see it like that, and then we're going to give you the singular at the same time. So inshallah, you know, it is going to be easy for you. Okay, inshallah. Okay, so here we have like rajulun, rijalun. Rajulun is a man, rijalun is men. Okay, babun means one door. Abwabun means many doors. Okay, many doors. Okay, rasulun means one messenger. Rusulun means many messengers. As you see, in the case of Rasul here, to make it Jam', you take off this waw. In the case with Abwab, right, you see the Bab there, you add an Alif here. See, all the letters are still there, right? You have the Alif, you have the Ba, right, and you have the other Ba. So what is added is waw and Alif, Abwabun. Okay.
Yeah, Sheikh, what would be the musna for the bab?
Bab, the musanna is the same thing. The musanna for everything, Rasulani, Rasulaini. Musanna doesn't change. We did musanna, we completed musanna. There are only two formations for musanna. Muslimani, Muslimaini, Rasulani, Rasulaini, Babani, Babaini, Rajulani, Rajulaini, Hakada. Okay? Inshallah, that's clear? So the musanna is no problem. The problem is the jama'. Okay? Musanna is easy. But in any case, musanna is hardly used. It's not used a lot anyhow. Anyhow, so we can move on from here, right? And the same thing with Rajulun. We have these three letters here, right? But Alif is added here. Rijalun. Okay. And there is no apparent reason why they choose that to add that or to change that particular thing there, right? Inshallah, there is no reason. The broken proof. Let us go here. We're going to have some examples, right? We have waladun. Okay. Waladun means a boy, one boy. The musanna is waladani and waladaini. Okay. So you apply the musanna because you know it. Okay. You apply the musanna because you know it. You add ani and aini. That's it. Waladani, waladaini. So you must do this. This is your practice for yourself for the musanna, right? So Brother Tariq, you will be getting some practice there, inshallah. Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah. Okay. So what's the jam? Awladun. Okay. Awladun. Now the waladun can be walad. This can be waladun, waladan, waladin, or al waladu, al walada, or al waladi. Al awlad can be awladun, awladan, awladin. Okay, you see it takes the dhamma. It does not take the sound ending, right? It takes dhamma, fathan, kasra. This is the regular case for the asma if it is not jam or muthanna, jama' mudhakkar salim or muthanna, right? It is the default case. Okay, so it's awladun. So we only have one formation for that, right? Qalamun. So what is the dual? It is qalamani. You should be done saying it already. Qalamain. Okay, right? And qalam means a pen. Qalamani, qalamaini. And we know about this surah al-qalam. We know about surah al-qalam, right? And the jam is aqlamun. Aqlamun. It is just like awladun. It's on the same scale, right? But it's not always. Some words they fall on the same scale. So it's awladun, aqlamun, same scale. Okay, aqlamun. Okay, so we get it. You have to memorize it just like this, right? And these words you're going to be it's going to be necessary for you to memorize them because these words are in the Quran. Okay, these words are in the Quran. Kabirun means big. Okay, and this now is an adjective, right? Kabirani and kabiraini. We can also have kabiratun, right? Kabiratun, kabiratani, kabirataini. And I should have put it here because the jama is no, that's okay. We're going to leave it for now, right? Kibarun. The jam here is kibarun. Kibarun, kibaran, kibarin, al-kibaru, al-kibaru, al-kibara, al-kibari. Okay, so the same formations. Okay, let us go again. Qasiruns means short. Short, qasirani, qasiraini. Got it? You're getting it, right? Look, the same formations. This is kibarun, this is qisarun. Look, here, the fatha from the qasir, here, changes to kasra. Look, so it becomes kisar and kibar, right? Okay, so it changes from fatha to kasra. Then the ya is dropped. The ya is dropped from here, from this, right? And an alif is added instead. Look here, okay. And it's the same thing with kibar, right? I'm not good with drawing, so please excuse me here. Kisarun, kibarun, kisarun. You understand? You see the pattern, so you can memorize these because there's pattern for it. Daifun. Daifun means a guest, right? And its dual is daifani and daifaini. Daifani and daifaini. Daifani and daifaini. Come on. And duyufun is the plural. Duyufun, duyufan, duyufin. Duyufun, duyufan, duyufin. Then we have mufrad musanna jam again, right? We have some more words. Sheikhun. Like the old man is a sheikh. And it is conventionally used to mean somebody who is knowledgeable or somebody who has some kind of status, right? But we are going to use old man because that's the dictionary meaning. Sheikhani and sheikhaini. Sheikhani and sheikhaini and shuyukhun. Shuyukhun is the plural. Shaykhun, shuyukhun, daifun, duyufun. You can see the two of them have the same kind of pattern, inshallah. Rajulun, a man. We did this just now. Rajulani, rajulaini. You're saying with me, brothers and sisters, you're saying, right? Repeating, right? Rajulani, rajulaini. You should have that already, right? Rijalun, rijalun. Jadidun, jadidun, something new. Something is new. You have a new book. I have something new. Hada jadidun, right? Jadidani, jadidaini, right? So I have two new books. Kitabaini jadidaini. You understand? Kitabani jadidani, kitabaini jadidaini. Okay. Jududun is the plural. Jududun, jududun. Okay. Hajjun. You know the Hajj is the one who makes Hajj. Okay. Hajjun is a pilgrim. Hajjun is a pilgrim. The dual is Hajani, Hajaini, Hajani, Hajaini. The plural is, that's the Musanna. We said plural, right? The Musanna is Hajani, Hajaini. The plural, the Jam' is, I should say more Musanna and Jam'. Is Hujjajun, Hujjajun, Hujjajun. Then we have Tabibun, Tabibun, Tabibani, Tabibaini. Got that? Tabibani, Tabibaini. Tabibun is a doctor. That is for the Muthanna. The Jam' is Atibba'u, Atibba'u, Atibba'u. Notice it has all the letters in it, right? Tabibun has one ta, one ba, two ba, right? One ta and two bas, right? Here we have one ta, I said ta, it's ta, ta and two bas, right? Here is one ta and it has two bas here because the shadda represents two, right? Atibba'u, atibba'u. Now let's get the final column. Mufrad, Muthanna, Jama. Bintun. This is now a feminine word, right? So the feminine can also have broken plural. Okay. So we have bintun, bintani, bintaini. It's a girl. Bintun is a girl, right? Bintani, bintaini. Banatun. Banatun is the plural. And this is also in the Quran, right? This word is in the Quran. Rajul is in the Quran. I don't know if Tabib is in the Quran. Faqirun. Faqirani. Faqir means somebody is poor. Faqirani. Faqiraini. Fuqara'u. Fuqara'u. Notice the root words in this is fa, qaf, and ra, and ra. Those are the root words, right? We're going to start with roots soon, inshallah. Fa, qa, and ra. Okay, good. Inshallah. Let us get this. Madinatun, Madinatun, Madinatani, Madinataini, Madinatani, Madinataini, right? Medina means a city, right? And mudunun, like jududun, mudunun, jududun, mudunun, judunun, jududun, mudunun, jududun. Okay. Sadiqun, Sadiqun, Sadiqani, Sadiqaini. Sadiq is a friend. So I have one friend, or I have indi Sadiqani, right? Li Sadiqani, right? Indi Sadiqani. Asdiqa'u, Asdiqa'u. Okay. Asdiqa'u is Jama. Hadiqatun, Hadiqatun, Hadiqatani, Hadiqataini. Hadiqatun, we already did the meaning for that, right? And it is Hada'iqah. And we find this in the Quran. Hada'iqah, Dhata Bahja, right? Hadiqatun. Okay? Hadiqatun. So that is basically it. You just have to learn those, but I think you have a basic idea of what's going on. Inshallah, next class we might just go over this table, inshallah. So we have some revision here. Question. Come on, quickly answer these questions, right? The harf al-jar can be a single word, letter, or a word. True or false? Answer. Just put one, T or F. The harf al-jar can come after an ism. True or false? The fi'l always comes after the harf al-jar. True or false? The harf al-jar can come between two fi'l. True or false? The harf al-jar can come between two harf. True or false? This is going to be an exceptional revision, inshallah, for your harf al-jar. The harf al-jar only forms sentences by coming between two ism. True or false? Man is harf al-jar, which means from. True or false? The harf al-jar can be raf'un or nasbun or jarrun. True or false? Only ism are in a state of jar. True or false? True or false? And notice I only give you true or false answers, right? Only the ism are preceded by harf al-jar. True or false? Let me read them back quickly. The harf al-jar can be a single letter or a word. The harf al-jar can come after an ism. The fi'l always comes after the harf al-jar. The harf al-jar can come between two fi'l. The harf al-jar can come between two harf. The harf al-jar only forms sentences by coming between two ism. Man is a harf al-jar, which means from. The harf al-jar can be raf'un or nasbun or jarrun. Okay? Only ism are in a state of jar. Only ism are in a state of jar. Only the ism are preceded by harf al-jar. Number one, who knows? Let us get the answers. Write them out quickly because you should be able to participate now on the right. Put it quickly. Let us see what you have for number one. Number one is you just have to write A or B, right? The harf al-jar can be a single word or letter. True. This is true. Get it before I do it, because if you don't get it before I get, you just have to write T. You don't have to write the whole. The harf al-jar can come after an ism. That is true. Okay. The fi'l always comes after the harf al-jar. That is false. Okay. The fi'l can only come before the harf al-jar. The harf al-jar can come between two fi'l. This is false. It can only come between two ism, right? The harf al-jar can come between two harf. This is also false. Okay, it can only come between two ism. Okay, it can come between a fi'l that is in front of it and a harf that is an ism that is at the back of it, right? The harf al-jar only forms sentences by coming between two ism. This is also false, right? This is also false, right? It can come between a fi'l and a harf and an ism. Okay. Man is from harf al-jar, which means from. Man is a harf al-jar, which means from. Man is adatul istifham. It's not. It does not mean from. It's min means from, right? So this is false. Okay. Only ism are in a state of jar. Only ism are in a state of jar. This is. I didn't do the number 8. The harf al-jar can be rafa or nasb or jar. This is false, right? The only ism are in a state of jar. This is true, right? Only ism can be majroor. Only ism can be majroor. Only the ism are preceded by harf al-jar. This is true also. Okay. So how much you got all 10? Come quickly. I don't have a lot of time to find out. Anyways, or you want to give me the final score at the end. So if you got how much here, tell me how much you got here. Then we get. Okay. How much you got?
3 wrong.
No, 3 wrong. You have to revise your harf al-jar. MashaAllah. Work on it. Work on it. You got to work on it, inshallah. Okay. Inshallah. That's what it takes. Alhamdulillah. And this, if you go through that test that I give you there, right, you are going to get it. It's going to come together very nicely for you, right? Inshallah. There are 3 aqsam al-kalam in the Arabic language. True or false? The parts of speech in Arabic are ism, fi'l, and harf. True or false? Ism is a word that gives a meaning and a specific or particular time when that meaning occurred or took place, right? True or false? The fi'l is a word that only gives a meaning and it does not have a tense. The harf does not show meaning by itself, but its meaning is brought out by another word. Okay? Okay. Right. The ism is recognized by jar, that's kasra on its final letter, tanween. The entrance, or it can be recognized by tanween, or it can be recognized by the entrance of al on a word, on the ism. That's the beginning, that's at the beginning, and the particle of jar, the preposition, okay, coming before it, okay? So true or false? The ism has 4 qualities, true or false? Gender, jins, in Arabic is divided into masculine, feminine, and neuter. True or false? The qualities of ism are case, gender, number, and it's being definite or indefinite. True or false? The ism is definite when it does not carry the definite article. There are 2 numbers in Arabic language, singular and plural. The ism includes nouns, verbs, particles, adjectives, adverbs, etc. True or false? So let us get the answers. There are 3 aqsam al-kalam in the Arabic language. True or false? Come on, write it. That is true. Participles in the Arabic language are ism, fi'l, and harf. True or false? True. You're not writing. You didn't finish it yet? You finished or you didn't finish? Okay. Ism is a word that gives a meaning and a specific or particular time when the meaning took place. True or false? That is false. That is the definition for ism. That's the definition for fail, right? The fail is a word that only gives meaning. That only gives meaning. Is that true or false? And has no tense. That true or false? That is false, right? That is false. Inshallah. The harf, I have this thing covered. All right. The harf does not show meaning by itself, but its meaning is brought out by way of another word. This is true. That's the correct definition of. I didn't put anything there. It should be true, right? Should be true. Or maybe I did it later. The ism is recognized by jar, kasra on its final letter, tanween. That is, the jar means kasra on its final letter. Tanween, dhamma, fatha, or kasra, the entrance of al on the word, that is at its beginning. The particles of jar, that is the preposition, right? That is correct. All that, those are the four things that you recognize an ism by, right? The ism has four qualities. True. Gender in Arabic is divided into masculine, feminine, and neuter. This is false. Okay, this is false. The qualities of ism are case, gender, number, and the ism is definite or indefinite. True or false? That is true, right? There are two numbers in the Arabic language, singular and plural. That is false. Okay, there are two. What did I do there? The ism, I did it. Number 10 is the ism is definite when it does not carry the definite article. That is false. Okay. I just phrase words, the things differently so that I'm trying to catch you, you know. There are two numbers in the Arabic alphabet, singular and plural. That's also false, right? Ism includes nouns, verbs, particles, adjectives, adverbs. That's true or false? What do you say? That is true. No, it is false, right? Inshallah. Because it does not include verbs. Does not include verbs. Verbs here is out, so it is false. Ism is nouns, particle. It is not particles also. All right, ism is not a particle. Okay, these two are out. It is nouns, adjectives, adverbs, and other than that, right? And other than that. All right, how many got all 12 right here? How many of you got all 12? Who has to go for Salat, inshallah, can go. Yeah. 11? Okay. How many got all 12? Nobody? 10, 11? 10?
10. You're going too fast. You're asking questions too fast.
Okay, I'm asking technical, huh? Okay. That's good, though, but it would help you revise. You revise these things and you're going to get a clear idea of exactly what is going on. What is false, try to find what is true about it. You understand? So that inshallah, the revision here is going to be really exceptionally good for you, inshallah, if you go back the slides. Ism in Arabic is only nouns, true or false? All masculine words have a comparative feminine for it. True or false? All masculine words have a comparative feminine for it. Every time ta al marabuta is dropped from a feminine word, it always makes it masculine. Every time ta al marabuta is dropped from a feminine word, it always makes it masculine, right? Fi'al and harf never takes tanween. True or false? Al can enter upon harf and fi'al sometimes. Al can enter upon harf and fi'al sometimes. Every word that has ta marbuta is ism. True. I forgot to put B as false, right? Inshallah. 7. Numbers in Arabic refer to singular and plural only. Singular, plural, and broken plural. C. Singular, sung masculine and feminine plural, and broken plural only. None of the above. Okay? That is number 7. Number 8. If ta marbuta is dropped from sa'a, it becomes masculine. True or false? If ta al-marbuta is dropped from sa'atun, it becomes masculine. Not all words that end with ta al-marbuta is feminine. True or false? Oh, we're getting the answers now. So let us go. Ism in Arabic is only nouns. It is more than that too, right? It is nouns, adjectives, preposition, pronouns, adverbs, and ismul ishara, ismul mawsul, all of that, right? All masculine words have a comparative feminine word. This is false, right? Like masjid does not have a comparative feminine, okay? Baitun does not have a comparative feminine. Every time ta marbut is dropped from a feminine word, it always make it masculine, okay? This is false, right? Like sajjadatun, it does not make it masculine if you drop the ta marbuta. Fi'l and harf never takes tanween. Fi'l and harf never takes tanween. This is true or false? That is true. They never take tanween. Okay, never. Al can enter upon harf and fi'l sometimes. This is false. This is false. Every word that has ta al marbuta is ism. True or false? It is. It is true, right? Number in Arabic refers to singular and plural only. Singular, plural, and broken plural. Singular, some masculine and feminine plural, and broken plural only. None of the above. The answer is D, none of the above, right? Because it includes, the number in Arabic includes the dual, the muthanna, okay? If ta marbuta is dropped from sa'a, it becomes masculine. True or false? This is false. Sa'a is one of those words like sayyara that if the ta al marbuta is dropped from it, it does not become masculine. Not all words that end with ta al marbuta is feminine. That's correct. That's true. Not all words that end with ta al marbuta is feminine. Yeah, that's true. So I made a mistake here. Not all words that end with ta al marbuta is feminine. There are some words. No, that's true. Not all words that ends with ta al marbuta is feminine. And with ta al marbuta is feminine. Yeah, so that's true. That's true. It's not false, right? That is true. Inshallah. Okay, let us finish off. Some words are feminine due to their meaning. We're going to deal with that. Write out the answer. Some words are feminine by convention. By convention, I mean in their general use. People just use them like that, right? The ism that does not end with ta al marbuta are not nearly always mudhakkar. The ism that does not end with ta al marbuta are nearly always mudhakkar. Plural nouns that denote non-humans, like that is animals, plants, objects, etc., are generally feminine, regardless of the gender of its singular. Regardless of the gender of its singular. Is that true or false? Right? So we go back. There are only 4 questions here. Some words are feminine due to their meaning. That is true. Like bintun. Just by its meaning, we know it's feminine. Nothing else, right? Some words are feminine by convention. That is true. Like shams. Right? Like shams. Shams is feminine by convention. It's used like that. The ism that does not end with ta al marbuta are not nearly always mudhakkar. This is true also, right? And plural nouns that denote non-humans, that's animal, plants, object, etc., are generally feminine, regardless of the gender of its singular. That is true. Okay, that is true, inshallah. So, alhamdulillah, how do you like the test, inshallah? Do you feel it was beneficial? Do you feel all the revision that I did was good, inshallah?
Very good.
Inshallah. So, alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. So by now, concepts are getting into you, getting sorted out. So all you have to work on, brothers and sisters, is the vocabulary. Keep up with the vocabulary. We are going to revise these grammar concepts even after we finish with them. Later, we're going to always, when we go to the Quran and we start analyzing words, we're going to say this is marfu, this is mansub, this is majrur because of so and so, right? We're going to say this, okay? So don't worry about that. We're going to say this is jam, this is muzakkar, this is ma'rifah, this is nakira. We're going to say that, inshallah, okay? So MashaAllah, may Allah reward you all for being here. May Allah bless all of us for our efforts and give us the best in this world and hereafter. And the reason I didn't send this test, the reason I didn't send this particular set of slides is because I had these questions on it and I had the answers earmarked. So I'm going to send it now for you, inshallah, so that at least you can practice with it, inshallah. Uh, because I think the actual interaction on the board was enough because everything was there, inshallah. So may Allah bless us and guide us and strengthen us and help us with this language and help us to be formed with it and stick with it, inshallah, to the end and give us the best in this world and hereafter and save us from the punishment of hell. So this is 2 weeks we are finished. And may Allah bless all of you for being with us. Somebody was wondering something. I was wondering why I don't have these slides. Oh, because I didn't send it, inshallah. All right. So we're going to close here, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Wa jazaakumullaahu khairan.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.